Welcome back to another intense courtroom breakdown. This time, we're diving into a final violation hearing that has everything. A defendant on the edge, a no-contact order repeatedly ignored, and a desperate plea for rehabilitation over incarceration. A man with 13 children and a drinking problem faces off with the legal system after emotionally charged interactions with his partner. Ms. Ruff, who, despite the chaos, wants him home. But will the court buy the remorse? Or is this just another chapter in a cycle of defiance? Buckle up, because this case is anything but simple.
Present before the court is Mr. Elliott, right?
Yes, sir.
Represented by Mr. Williams. We have Mr. View from the prosecutor's office, Officer Henry from probation. We're here today for a final violation hearing. As a preliminary matter, the court has had the opportunity in advance of this hearing to view the exhibits, the body cam of Officer Johnson, the body cam of Officer Overholtz, the spreadsheet of the calls from Mr. Elliott to Ms. Ruff between July 3rd and August the 18th, the jail call from Mr. Elliott to Officer Henry, and the interior cruiser cam, Officer Holtz. Those are all on the thumb drive, which we will mark as Court's Exhibit 1. Anything else preliminary to come to my attention before we get started?
No, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. I spoke with Mr. Elliott, and he's informed me he does not wish to move forward with the hearing today.
I'm confused. What does that mean? He doesn't want to go forward with the hearing?
Right, he would like to admit to the violations, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. Mr. Elliott, do you understand the rights that you're giving up by admitting to this violation?
No, sir.
Is this what you want to do?
No, sir.
Do you admit or do you deny that you violated the terms of your supervision?
I admit.
So, let's pause here. Mr. Elliott pleads guilty to violating community control. But take a closer listen. He initially says no when asked if that's what he wants to do. That hesitation, that's not just nerves. It's confusion or perhaps pressure. This moment reveals a man either resigned or unsure, and that ambiguity raises a bigger question. How clear are defendants when making these critical decisions? Sound off in the comments should a plea stand if someone doesn't fully seem to understand the rights they're giving up. Would you have accepted that plea?
Based upon your admission, I find that you have violated the terms of your community control. We have 100 days of jail time credit. Does that sound right to everybody?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge.
Mr. View, on behalf of the state,
Nothing additional from the state, Your Honor. Thank you.
Officer Henry,
Your Honor, it is the understanding that this is not the first time that Mr. Elliott has violated his no-contact order. He was placed on this current supervision after a new charge was filed against him when he was previously on supervision with us. When I spoke to him on the 3rd regarding this case and regarding his no-contact order, there were continued contacts, whether it be attempts or actual conversations had with the victim in this case. It is not my opinion that he will stop this contact with the victim. This time he may not be my recommendation. He's not amenable to continued supervision.
Now this is where things take a serious turn. Officer Henry lays it out. This isn't Mr. Elliott's first rodeo. Repeated violations, continued contact despite clear court orders, and even body cam footage showing frequent visits to the residence. The officer's blunt take: Mr. Elliott isn't fit for supervision. That's a major blow, especially in violation hearings, where the goal is usually rehabilitation, not punishment. But when someone keeps ignoring boundaries, can the system really afford second chances? Let us know, do you believe this kind of defiance deserves prison or treatment?
you're Miss Ruff, right?
Yes, I'm Miss Ruff.
Okay, what do you want to tell me about all of this?
Me and Sean do go through our little rough patches. I'm not going to blame it all on Sean because it takes two to tango. When I have learned, when we do get into it, we separate. So I either ask him to leave or I'll have them come to assist him leaving so that we don't clash like we did the first time where we had to go get domestic violence charges because I don't want to see him locked up. And far as the stay on the way order, I never wanted the stay away order. We got kids together and I want him to be a part of his kid's life. I really don't want him to get in trouble. I know he's probably admitting to what he did or whatever, but I really need Sean to be at home and to help me with these twins. It's a lot. trying to raise 2 babies by myself.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Mr. Williams?
Yes, Your Honor. I just heard from the victim. Mr. Elliott and the victim do have 2 young children together. And that is really the main reason why Mr. Elliott continues to keep contact with her. He doesn't want to be involved in his children's lives, Your Honor. As you also heard from the victim, too, that, I mean, this contact, it goes both ways between both of them. She's like let him into the house multiple times and answered his phone calls from the jail, Your Honor. They do seem to talk for a considerable amount of time. Revolving this most recent charge of domestic violence, there was no physical violence involved, Your Honor, and the charges were eventually acquitted as well. So we would ask that Mr. Elliott not be given the maximum sentence here today, Your Honor.
Mr. Elliott?
I just want to say, I know how it look on paper like that. I keep calling. I know I violated what you wanted me to do, and I apologize. I do have kids with her. I've been with her for 6 years, and I got 13 other kids. I was dealing with the death of my family. When I deal with death of my family, I tend to turn to alcohol because I don't know how to express my emotions or my feelings. And that's when I get in trouble the most. And I don't want my kids to grow up just thinking, oh, their dad is a drunk. So I was going to ask you, could you put me in a program or something to help me with my alcohol problem? Because if you look at my record, my whole record is me being drunk. And I've been sitting in jail. I graduated the drug alcohol class in jail since I've been here. I'm in the class again, and I feel like it's good coping skills for me. So I'm just asking that you give me some kind of help with my alcohol.
This is the emotional heart of the case. Miss Roughcott, between love, survival, and motherhood, says she never even wanted a stay-away order. Meanwhile, Mr. Elliott admits to turning to alcohol after a family death and pleads for help, not time. And let's not ignore the bigger picture. 15 kids between them, substance abuse issues, and no clear resolution in sight. These are not just legal problems, they're generational ones. What's your take? Is the system failing families like these? Or is the system the only thing holding the line?
Problem.
So, Mr. Elliott, we had you on supervision, looks like starting in June of 23 for the 532 case, where it eventually resulted in a plea to an assault. And we had you do the maximum penalty on that because it was a series of you drinking alcohol and doing things that I told you not to do. November of 23, we have this new domestic violence, and pretrial again has been a disaster, and supervision has also been a disaster. I think I was very clear with you in June of 24 that if you did not abide by my orders, that I was going to send you to prison for as long as I could, because enough is enough. I get that Ms. Ruff and you think that this doesn't bother anybody else but the 2 of you and the kids, but that's not true. And we got officers from Springboro continually answering these calls to your house. They're trying to figure out whether or not you're dangerous to her or not, whether they should give you a lift to some gas station somewhere or take you to jail. That's not fair to them, Mr. Elliott. And you need to do better in controlling your behavior. I don't think that you are amenable to any kind of supervision, so I am going to sentence you to 18 months in prison. I'm going to give you credit for the 100 days that you have already done. There might be some opportunities for you to receive credit of up to 1 day per month for participation in certain education, vocational, or other programs sponsored by the Department of Corrections. This also includes an optional period of post-release control of up to 2 years. That means the adult parole authority can, but is not required to supervise you for up to 2 years after your release. If they impose that supervision and you violate the terms, you can be returned to prison for up to 1/2 of my original sentence. Or if you violate by committing a new felony, then you can be returned to prison for up to 1 year, or the amount of time you have left on post-release control. It's automatically, whichever of those is the longer period. It's automatically consecutive to the sentence that you would receive for the new felony. Mr. Elliott, I hear all the time people say, I need help and I need treatment. There's nothing that stops you from getting help and treatment when you get out of prison. I hope that you do that. The one upside for both of you is that I can't send you to prison and also give you rules to live by, so there is no longer a no contact order between the two of you. But I really hope that you guys adjust your behavior moving forward so that we don't have to go through all of this again. Anything else? All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Elliott.
There you have it. The court ruled with finality, 18 months in prison, with 100 days credited and a potential for program-based sentence reductions. The judge made it crystal clear enough is enough. No more supervision, no more second chances. And yet, there's a glimmer of hope. No more no contact order, and a chance if they choose to rebuild. This case highlights the emotional weight courts must carry in family-based violations. Is the punishment just? Or was this a missed opportunity for treatment over incarceration? If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns. Until next time, stay sharp, stay aware.